Test, test, test. Hello, hello. Hey there, guy. How's it going there, guys, dude? We live on Twitch and YouTube. Once again. At least I think so. Sorry, I shouldn't have even said that last part, dude. I should have just committed. Because I knew it deep down. I can tell in my loins when I'm live. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy freaking Tuesday. Taco Tuesday, perhaps. My roommate made yummy sandwiches today. This lovely Taco Tuesday. What up, damn Reyes? How goes, dog? Everything coming in okay? Testing 1, 2? Yo, mama? Brad signing on to his other job. Path of Exile. Skylar in the chat. What up, dog? Twitch said you're on a 7-day, or excuse me, 7-stream streak. Whatever that means. I guess it means you're a real one. Shout out to the boy. Early than an MRF or exactly. Early train here. Gonna watch some damn vids. You guys know the drill. My stream kind of popped off. We'll see. If we have a similar luck this time, I won't expect anything, but we'll see. YouTube algorithm, feel free to whistle while you work it. As if they needed me to tell them. All right. I think everything is in order except for this, so I'll do that real quick. Twitch. How do you spell anything? I'm on the wrong account, but that's okay. It's okay, because I can go in here, and I can do this, and I can do... Yeah, it still worked. Hell yeah. I'm basically elite hacker for that. Or my roommate got me to sign up for this esoteric Discord clone called matrix.org or something. Makes me feel like a giga hacker just logging in there. We also tried TeamSpeak. I thought that was for gamers. Feels like it's for boomers. And every time you log in, the girl's like, someone has joined the call. I'm like, Jesus, that is... I thought there was 2 of us here. Calm down, lady. Hi, Lonnie. Been watching for a decade now? That's insane. What up, T-Bone? Let's do another decade, another 10 more. Just kidding. Hope you're well, dog. That's crazy. Appreciate ya. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, past, present, or future, please smash that like button, please. It might help, even. But if not, that's okay. I understand if you don't have the strength. TeamSpeak is for boomer gamers, I'm saying. The App Store said it was for professional gamers, and the app was $1. I had to cop to see what it was all about. The app was not good. But that's okay. It was worth a try. Turns out Discord #1. And if I ever make a public room again, or a public, whatever it's called, server... It'll probably have to be on the old cord. Unless they bring back Skype. That would be a good option. Let's get on AIM with the loyal doyles. Alright, guys. Should we just jump into this damn drama? I think I have a light one to start off with. What is this? This is Twitter. I don't want that. Well, I do want that, but not that. Know what I'm saying? Have you guys seen this Twitter thing here? United Airlines is tripping. The entire row, now up for grabs. Due to capitalism. You know how sometimes you guys will get on a flight and then the whole row will be empty because like 2 people didn't show up and there's only 3 seats? Now you can just buy the whole row with your rich money. I guess you always could. They really did nothing here. Who let them cook with this? It's economy, you jackass. Dude, just get a fucking first class flight. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. They have a whole video here. It's like a damn... Apple presentation. The entire row, all yours. Welcome to United Relax Row. 3 adjacent United economy seats. So it's just 3 seats, dude. They admit it's just 3 seats. You also get a mattress pad, blanket, and 2 pillows. So only 2 people are allowed for these 3 seats. I feel like you should get 3 pillows if you want to keep up your facade, but okay. And a plushie, too. So like a stuffed airplane. Or a stuffed United. What's their mascot? I never fly United. It's not one of the cheaper ones. It's one of the... I feel like I've used them the least out of anyone. Clearly, they don't unite any 2 places that I would frequent. Alas. Maybe their flights are usually empty, so this is actually just them cashing in. That's possible. That is possible. If you're traveling with kids, a plushie too. Oh, so only kids get the plushie. What the fuck? What the fuck? Did the kids pay? I'm sorry. This isn't a Happy Meal, man. Anyone can enjoy a plush toy. I knew I was going to get worked up reading this shit again. On our 200-787-777s, don't bring Jesus into this. Clearly, this is a godless behavior. All right, let's watch the video. Sorry for repeating my awesome sound effects. Are you lying down? No. I'm standing up. Goodbye, armrests. Hello? United? Relax. This is just nothing. They're advertising nothing. It's cheaper than first class. Maybe it has its place. Perhaps. Perhaps it does. But why is 3 seats cheaper than 1 fancy seat, if that's what you want? If I see you... Anyway, let's keep watching. Before I make my vague not threats. Look at this fucking jackass. No kids in sight. No plushie in sight, so they didn't lie. However... Bro, if I see you sitting like this, sleeping in the middle of the plane, I might have to spill my goddamn hot tea on you. Whoops. Bro, wake up. You're so rich. You should enjoy the flight. Don't fall asleep. Is it at a discounted rate? Are we just buying 3 seats? I don't... What the fuck is this, man? I liked how I say we. Clearly, I would have my papa buy it, and then I will get the plush toy. I'm the baby. And they got big screens. And if you look closely here, on the giant screen, couldn't help but notice you're flying to the Virgin Islands, dude. I tried to hit the button, it didn't work. Oh! Dude. Of course that's where you're going. With the United Airlines plushie. What up, fellow Clippy? I'm roasting this airline right now. I'm snarking this airline right now. They're going to the no sexual islands. Chargers everywhere. Better amenities. It looks not that good still. Can I get an Ethernet cord so I can finish my league game in the sky? Why do you need Wi-Fi that fast? Come on. I mean, I guess that is cool. They said it's free, but I assume the 3 seats thing isn't free. It used to be, because it was just a roll of the dice. I mean, you're basically banking on your cohorts not showing up. But now you could just fucking flex on them and say, I actually bought your seat. Good night. Coming to 200 wide bodies. I consider myself one of them. Anyway, this is one of the dumbest shits I've ever seen. A lot of people were glazing this, freaking being like, oh man, it's gonna be so great for kids, dude. Bro, your kid is this big. Your kid doesn't even take up 1 entire adult seat in economy. You are using your child as a shield for the guilt that you deserve to feel for buying 3 seats. You fucking gluttonous bastard. You fucking pseudo first class motherfucking sleeping on the damn flight. Honk shoe, head ab boy. I just feel like if you're gonna splurge, you shouldn't do it in this way. I'd be embarrassed to be in first class. I don't look like I belong there, but if the alternative is laying down in the middle of the plane, what do you mean? Why do you act like this? You can't get mad past a certain age, bro? Explain yourself. Diet water. Hey, man, if you're so fucking water, why the hell is you gotta take the sugar out of the... There's nothing in water that would make it a diet version required, asshole. Sorry. You walked into the kitchen, so hopefully you can handle the heat. Anyway, this is stupid. What are your guys' thoughts on this? I will continue not flying with them, but not because of this. I'll probably forget this ever happened. I got the Break shirt on, dude. Shouts out to the boy. You guys ever listen to Break? Loves You or otherwise? I'm sorry, can I listen to my buddy's music past a certain age, asshole? Can I get your fucking permission? Can I get some validation from the chat, please? I'm feeling insecure after that the snarkers snarked me back. A Doyle a day keeps the doctor away. That's true. This guy's spitting. This guy right here, he's spitting. And I hate the doctor. Although I did get a dentist consultation appointment, guys. We did it. We did it, guys. I'm probably not going to die. Although my teeth do still hurt. For now. Alas. Alright, first drama. Done. Got that off my chest. Feeling great about it. Really needed to vent about that. Thanks for humoring me. I'm hunk, but I'm still with it. Whatever that means, yes. Yes, sir, indeed. Oops. Would an unk do that? I feel like I worked up a sweat. Could just be because it's hot in here. What up, Dylan? Mr. Harvey. We've been expecting you. Just kidding. Hope you're doing well, dog. All right, first real segment. Let's go. Just kidding. That one was very real. I'm not trying to undermine it, undersell it, or give United Airlines a pass. All right, they get a pass now. I don't care anymore. Let me do my quick little intro here for this fucking video, and then we'll get to reacting, boys. Hey there, guy. How's it going there? Vandals? Are you guys familiar with the graffiti artist Banksy, dude? You probably are, even if you don't think you are. He's, like, very famous. He's been doing, these, like, murals, sort of criticizing the bourgeoisie for probably, like, 10, 15 years or so, I would just guess. He's like a very famous graffiti artist. You've probably seen some of his work, even if you didn't know it was him. Like this thing, very cool. They sell on like t-shirts at Target. I mean, like he's so famous, it's almost like if you said your favorite skateboarder was Tony Hawk, but like replace skateboarder with like graffiti artist or artist, street artist, I guess, whatever. He's huge, but he's also like anonymous, so like nobody knows who he is. Well, maybe they do, but I don't. No one's supposed to know. I saw like this movie about him, this documentary called Exit Through the Gift Shop. It was pretty interesting. Gives like some backstory on how he got into graffiti art, and I won't spoil it too much, but freaking I watched this like 10 years ago. I don't think I could spoil it that much if I tried. Pretty cool documentary though. I think it was on Netflix. Patrick CC moment. Indeed, indeed. Patrick CC made a video about how Banksy, the artist, tried to warn us about Jeffrey Epstein, the pedophile. Gotta be very specific here. This is a Patrick CC video. Let's freaking see.
Now
what he said?
We know our society is being controlled by pedo-global elite who fund pointless wars in third world countries, spy on ordinary citizens, all while replacing whatever authentic expression we have left with AI.
No!
Surely there is no way some simple graffiti on a dusty old building could have warned us of our impending doom, but it did, and we ignored all of the warning signs countless times. Banksy is...
Yeah, I did move the TV slightly in the background. I also got rid of the mannequin. R.I.P.
the mastermind behind some of the most simple yet
thought-provoking
street
art in
history. With some cardboard and cans of paint, he managed to turn graffiti into museum-level masterpieces worth millions. However, this is the exact opposite of what he wanted. His art was meant to live on crumbling walls for ordinary people, not behind glass in the homes of billionaires. But unfortunately, he can't control that. Since nobody knows his real identity, he can't exactly step in and stop it. Today we're going to discuss how the most anti-establishment artist of our generation became an unwilling participant in the very machine he was protesting, and all the
Imagine being like Elon Musk and buying a big mural that says eat the rich or whatever like cringe slogan they got on there. I mean, I don't think Banksy would be so on the nose, but you know, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Not about United Airlines or nothing.
Things about our present-day society we missed along the way.
Do you think Patrick chose this because it says CC on it?
Bristol,
he got a
England
shout out?
in the 90s was the perfect place for aspiring street artists like Banksy trying to find their own signature style. It acted as a massive illegal gallery where you couldn't turn a corner without spotting tags and murals. Imagine a city where graffiti wasn't illegal, a city where everybody could draw whatever they liked, where every street was awash with a million colors and little phrases, where standing at a bus stop was never boring, a city that felt like a party where everyone was invited, not just the estate agents and barons of big business.
Sounds too good to be true.
Like that, and stop leaning against the wall. It's wet. Fans believe this is where Banksy started out with the name Slick, while experimenting with freehand. He would roam the streets protecting his identity and running with the Drybreads crew with two other artists named Kato and Tess. But as time went on, his work became a lot more confident and politically motivated. In 1999, Banksy and other artists watched as Bristol was facing another wave of police crackdowns in response to a rise in the underground rave scene. To the average young Bristol citizen, sending riot police to deal with non-violent offenders didn't make any sense. After all, raves are founded on a philosophy called PLUR, or peace, love, unity, and respect. And in response,
I've never heard that at a rave. I have only ever bumped into people and they said, "You got any drug?"
Banksy made his first major mural called The Mile
I would never go to a rave,
where a teddy bear holding a Molotov cocktail defended itself against terrified officers. It was painted over an advertisement and used contrasting colors with black and white stenciling. When asked about the relationship between graffiti and ads, Banksy anonymously wrote, "The people who run our cities don't understand graffiti because they think nothing has the right to exist unless it makes a profit. The people who truly deface our neighborhoods are the companies that scrawl giant slogans across buildings and buses trying to make us feel inadequate unless we buy their stuff. Any advertisement in public space that gives you no choice whether you see it or not is yours. It belongs to you. It's yours to take, rearrange, and reuse."
This guy was like the original ad block, but he was trying to block ads in real life. A very noble cause, TBH. Sounds
like
impossible.
To keep a rock someone just threw at
Sounds
your head.
crazy.
While art is technically up to the viewer to interpret what it means, many of Banksy's works, like MMW, were just meant to be raw and obvious. He felt that our minds were being hijacked to encourage overconsumption, embrace authority, and that we were being conditioned to accept crimes against humanity under a false flag of peace, especially when it came to government abuse and physical violence against those who didn't deserve it. By the year 2000, Banksy wasn't an unknown artist anymore, but his real identity was still a mystery.
Why is there a picture of Smoke Dope 2016 here?
Seemed to enjoy the satirical edge to
his creations,
where he'd paint harmless characters like clowns or monkeys as a lethal threat. But he
Funny
was also
monkey.
getting more attention for his darker work, like Bomb Love or Bomb Hugger, which was a stencil of a girl hugging an atomic weapon like it was a teddy bear, bringing attention to how young children were being taught to normalize global warfare. As his work evolved, Banksy admitted he drew inspiration from other artists in the Bristol underground like Inky and Nick Walker. He also made it clear that the value in street art was that it was for everyone, and he did not identify with the traditional art world. "I'm not a part of that scene. I never went to art college, and I'm not from a family of artistic people. I never even had the connections to be a part of the art world. You've got to be fine about it and not bitter and twisted, but I use it to my advantage and operate on a different level. Like if you put up a stencil, more people will see that as opposed to a painting in a gallery, and it costs nothing to see." In 2002, Banksy painted something that would become one of his masterpieces, called Girl with a Balloon, in South Bank, London, next to the chalk-written words, "There is always hope." The message appeared to be that the loss of love and hope is a part of life, but present circumstances have forced it out of young people's hands too soon. It was something Banksy felt that everyone needed to see, which is why he painted it on a public building and not put it in a gallery. However, exclusive galleries didn't prevent Banksy and other street artists from launching their own exhibitions. His first notable exhibit came in 2003 called Turf War.
J.K. Rowling mentioned?
Commentary on how governments rewrite or rebrand history to suit their needs for authority. He painted live cows with non-toxic solutions, suspended English cops from the ceiling as smiling angels, and placed Winston Churchill at the center as a punk with a green mohawk. It was a cleaner version of something he had done before with Vladimir Lenin to show how politicians' messaging almost never fits what they are secretly doing behind the scenes to gain power. It's also ironic that Banksy is depicting these politicians as punks because, as we all know, they mostly refer to graffiti artists or loiterers or just young kids as punks up to no good, when in reality, they're the punks up to no good. But in an effort to warn others and make a statement, Banksy was taking more and more risks. The Turf War exhibition was enough to attract local media, and it was the first time people caught a glimpse of who he might be behind the mask.
Disguised because, you know, you can't You can't really be a graffiti writer and then
Guys, Banksy is British. This changes everything. I actually just forgot.
go public. And, it's like the two things don't quite go together, man.
You don't mind if I pass on your details to
What the dog doing?
the police?
Is that part of the art?
No. What details have you got?
Go up,
your
Gillian.
real name.
Mask.
I know your real name.
Do you?
Luckily for him, his true identity would remain a secret, but it did seem like he was eager to do something bigger as attention towards his work continued to grow. Banksy put his own life on the line for real when he visited the newly erected West Bank Wall in 2003. He had essentially entered a war zone between Israel and Palestine to paint "Love is in the Air," also known as the flower thrower. The general message of this work is that social change doesn't require weapons of mass destruction to get the job done. He also created this piece in Palestine that depicts a hole in the massive security wall, revealing a bright tropical paradise behind it. One could interpret that the children painted an imaginary escape from confinement. It was also around this time that Banksy understood that his reputation was getting international recognition. However, he really didn't seem to care. I try to get as little feedback as possible because that involves talking to people. Everyone has their own interpretation of my work. When I did the clown stencil holding handguns, some people hated it and thought it scared their kids, whereas others thought it was the funniest thing out. You have to be careful who you listen to. I'd say 70%
Definitely don't listen to anyone who has, kids that are scared of artwork. Come on, it's not scary.
Way ahead of Donald Trump on the fake news. Like, part of it was putting out news stories. I put the websites and everything were in my name. Lots of things we did that I'm not going to tell you about.
By
What the hell?
2004, other artists and fans around the world were trying to understand where Banksy's use of stencils came from, comparing him to Black Lerat. Lerat was a French stencil artist with a very similar style who used very similar imagery to Banksy, and it seemed pretty obvious when he produced the Gangsta
It's a rat in a hat. But two of them.
Rat and Love Rat prints.
Good boys.
Lerat is considered to be the father of stencil graffiti, and some have even straight up asked him if he is Banksy, but I don't think he understood the question.
So, if you were Banksy,
Only the real Banksy would understand such a question. I'm on to
would
you.
you tell me?
If I were,
If you were Banksy, would you tell me? Surely you would say no,
If
even
you
if
were
you were.
Banksy?
Yeah.
If you
I
were,
have many things
No, I
to
wouldn't.
ask to him, many things. I would say, what pushed you to make stencil? Why did you make stencil? Why did you choose these techniques to work on the industry? What reason? Also,
what is he saying?
I would like to know.
Does anyone know?
This guy? How old he is? What kind of life he has now? He's
like a painter.
History for me, really. For
Watch the doc,
everybody, he's a
buddy.
history.
To this day, Banksy has appeared pretty annoyed by the theory that he is Lerat. He said, "No, I copied 3D from Massive Attack. He can actually draw." As for the rats Banksy shared, rats exist without permission. They are hated, hunted, and persecuted. They live in quiet desperation amongst the filth. And
They
yet
sell
are
them at Petco. They're like cute little bastards. All right, skipping ahead a little.
expressive. He and a few friends dropped off a smashed British telephone box in London's Soho Square, showing how quickly the world was willing to get rid of something culturally iconic for the sake of convenience. That same year, Banksy opened up an exhibition called Crude Oils, where he'd remix classic oil paintings, making them worse on purpose, yet watching them sell for millions of dollars just to prove how dumb the art world really is. And in 2006, he wanted to prove
You can't help but make millions, dude. He's like, I'm trying to make a shitty doodle. Stop buying it. I don't even get the revenue because they don't know my routing number.
dumb the music industry really is in the form of Paris Hilton. She was only famous for being a rich heiress and never worked for anything, and yet she was releasing a debut album.
I think that people see that I have a lot more to say, and that I do have something to say, and this is just
Didn't she always say, like, that's hot? That's the only thing I know about Mrs. Hilton.
what I was meant to do, and
Was she named
In
after
response,
hotels?
Banksy replaced 500 actual copies of Hilton's album in UK record stores. His cover was only a little bit different than the actual cover, with his version showing her breast exposed and highlighting key tracks as "Why Am I Famous?", "What Have I Done?" and "What Am I For?" This statement
Now
was
people would just use grok to accomplish a similar thing, which is fucked up, guys. I'm not endorsing that, and you shouldn't do that. But apparently there was a whole controversy about people using grok, Twitter's grok, to remove people's clothes or make them dress all funny.
It's pretty genius considering anyone who actually bought a Paris Hilton album probably couldn't tell the difference between his cover and her cover. And he was way ahead of his time because here we are 20 years later and we are still letting anyone become famous for literally no reason at all. Another modern day problem that Banksy tried to warn us countless times 2 decades ago was the world's growing obsession with surveillance by using closed circuit television or CCTV, which would end up inspiring one of the most famous stencils he ever made. The piece next to an actual government camera was titled
One Nation Under Patrick CC, dude. Goat mentioned? Wow, this guy really came up.
Under CCTV, and it was meant to highlight how the government was conditioning young people to become comfortable with being watched and controlled behind the scenes. To Banksy, surveillance would continue to breed more and more surveillance. Back then, people were mostly worried about government cameras on buildings, but today it's 1,000 times worse. Most people carry a smartphone everywhere that tracks your location, logs where you've been, what you search, what you buy, what you look at on the internet.
It really makes the Patriot Act feel like this cute little thing of the past, dude. We're freaking basically all just hooked up to the Matrix at all times, and I personally have never felt safer.
Cars now come with GPS tracking and data collection, doorbell cameras record entire neighborhoods, smart TVs monitor viewing.
Even inside Afro Man's house, dude. Can you believe that he used that in his funny music video saying, "Get the fuck out of my house"? Did you guys follow that story?
Habits.
Good shit, good shit.
I could honestly be convinced that your camera is constantly looking at your eyes and selling you ads based on what you look at for just more than a few seconds. Private companies.
That's why I fake it out and only look at stuff that numbs my brain that I'm not actually interested.
Now collect more data today than most intelligence agencies ever could. But
what's the newest Dan Henschel video? I'm afraid to ask.
Banksy didn't realize how accurate his warning about culture, power, and profit really was. His own fame as an anonymous artist was about to explode, and he was completely powerless to stop it. In an attempt to make a documentary titled Exit Through the Gift Shop to highlight the beauty and culture of street art, Banksy would end up getting extremely close to a man who exploited him for millions of dollars, proving that even his...
So this guy was named like Mr. Cartoon or something. I feel like the documentary kind of painted him as like a bozo, but like he got super famous by the end of it. Spoiler. This is all I remember, so I can't really spoil the whole thing, and I might be even wrong. But he was doing like sort of like Andy Warhol stuff, like painting Windex bottles or whatever. You know how Andy Warhol like painted the soup cans and some people loved it and some people thought it was like capitalist garbage or whatever. It's like, this is a can of soup. What are you fucking on about? This guy was sort of like that, but for graffiti.
His friends couldn't be trusted to protect his message. Way back when Banksy was painting Mild Mild West, a clothing store owner named Terry Guetta was being introduced to the underground art scene through his cousin Andre. He went by the name Space Invader, and Terry couldn't stop following him around.
My cousin, at that time, he was artistic, you know, he was putting mosaic together.
Counting 1,000 grains of rice an hour long. Oh, God. Yeah, dude, we'll be watching that at halftime speed after this.
And trying to
let me count that rice.
Game of Space
Invaders. If he fucked up, I'm gonna fucking report the video.
Recreating.
I demand a recount.
Kind of way. So I filmed him. It was kind of fun because he was like.
What up, Gillian? My day was chill. Thank you for asking. Hope you guys had a chill Tuesday as well.
And put it in on top of couple building, and I thought he was really nice.
Who's talking right now?
Some stuff that you love, something that you want to express yourself, and put it outside. And people can see it.
Before he knew it, Terry was working at his Los Angeles apparel shop by day and following anonymous street artists by night. He enjoyed the thrill of possibly getting caught and filming the artist's process in a way that nobody had managed to do before, and it only escalated when he came into contact with Obey creator Shepard Fairey.
Terry was there filming everything that Space Invader was doing, and then of course, once I was with Space Invader, everything I was doing.
You should probably put an invader up on Hollywood Boulevard. What do you think, Terry?
While Fairey may not like to admit it, this relationship gave Terry the keys to an extremely exclusive inner circle of the world's most prolific street artists. He taught him how to find the best spots to tag, glue, and stencil, how to avoid the cops, when to run, and how to avoid suspicion when roaming the streets at night. However,
speaking of graffiti, did you guys see this freaking, what is it? Search. I saw FTP made this like, well, I don't know if they made it, and I'm not snitching or nothing. They had like a Scream 7 billboard that they vandalized, allegedly, and made better. I mean, it is like an advertisement. They kind of made it, you know, worth looking at. So scary. Who is that masked man? What if Banksy was FTP all along? Can the cops even see you when you're that high up at nighttime? They're probably looking for drunk drivers. Anyway, just thought that was cool.
However, Terry was never fully satisfied. He wanted to get as deep into the underground art scene as he possibly could.
I hear about this Banksy. Who's Banksy, it's this. And I said, I really like that guy, you know? And it's like, I want to interview this guy.
In 2006, as Banksy started getting noticed by the US, Terry would finally get the chance to work with him. All of his training had finally paid off.
So I went to Los Angeles in about spring 2006, and when I got there, the guy that was supposed to be helping me got turned back at immigration, so I rang the only person I knew in Los Angeles and asked them if they could help me.
I can't.
And they said, well, there's this French guy, he's the cousin of Space Invader, and...
Oh, that's how they knew him.
He knows where all the best...
I feel like they're kind of rehashing this documentary, but it's been so long since I've seen it, it's kind of worth.
In LA, he can help you out.
I was in downtown Los Angeles one day. My phone rings. Hello? Hello, this is Shepard Ferry. How you doing, Terry?
If the son of a shepherd, a fairy, rang your line, would you guys answer? I'd be afraid.
Yeah, do you have any wall?
Around with a camera. Banksy had built a very close-knit team of friends around him, and they felt Terry's involvement could ruin everything.
No!
The only person who seemed to trust Terry was Banksy. He even took Terry to his personal studio, sharing some of the most illegal art pieces he had ever made.
It's all money.
I made this box of money. It represents, you know, like a box of money to me, personally. That's why I made it. It's one of my favorite pieces. Banksy don't use the bank. He just shoves his dividends into a cardboard box.
I made £1 million worth, and I was going to throw it off a building, just like...
Whoosh!
But I took some out, and I handed some out at a festival, and people spent them, and people were like, oh yeah, 2 beers, got the beers. Nobody noticed, because when you go like this, you can actually spend them. And when that happened, it was like...
So it's like counterfeit money? Dude, this is hella illegal in America, but thankfully I don't know if the law upholds across the pond. But this guy could have gotten big trouble.
We just forged them in.
We have like secret GPS trackers in our $20 bills that tell you if it's fake or something.
Even though it was a huge risk to bring in an outsider, it seemed like Banksy felt that the art world was changing in a way that needed exposure beyond stencils. He started to notice a trend that street art was about to be subject to the same greed and superficial posing that the elite used to launder and grow wealth. And after he opened his US exhibition titled Barely Legal in LA, it turned out to be right. It was a massive undertaking, with a live elephant covered in children's face paint matching the wallpaper in the room. He also shared new prints, criticizing the high-priced merch at music festivals, the military-industrial complex,
subliminals at Steve-O,
made direct jabs at the modern art community for buying paintings at auction and tainting their deeper meaning. It was all in the spirit of something he wrote.
Banksy was kind of like a snarker when you think about it. He was kind of just like taking shots at everybody. Like, if you buy my art, you're an idiot. If you don't buy my art, you're a dumbass, you know?
A book called Wall and Peak.
Take the free money I gave you and spend it. It was fake. You're stupid, but you're up.
You owe the companies nothing. You especially don't owe them any courtesy. They have rearranged the world to put themselves in front of you. They never asked for your permission, don't even start asking for theirs. But as Banksy was continuing to share a message that he felt was authentic and deeply necessary...
I do feel kind of bad for the elephant. I don't know where the fuck he got an elephant. But like, wouldn't you think there's some sort of paper trail to rent an elephant or to borrow one? And then to paint it? I mean, it seems kind of fucked up to paint it. But I mean, you know. That's just me.
His barely legal exhibit pretty much backfired in a way that terrified him.
And came flocking to report on the elephant in the room.
I mean,
address the elephant.
5:30, animal rights activists are outraged over an art exhibit.
As the media continued covering the elephant with major Hollywood celebrities
Bard
walking
Pitt.
in the background, Banksy suddenly realized that his work had gone from something mostly given away for free into prized pieces to be sold off at auction for tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. In around 2007, he finally shared with Terry his vision for all of the footage he had collected over the past year. He wanted Terry to make a film about street artists before the auctions got involved, proving to the world that it was never for the
Final Cut 7, I believe this is. Dude, this is what I used to use to edit my videos back in the day.
Money and fame.
And not even so long ago. Not even in the not so distant past.
So then these famous auction houses, all of a sudden they were selling street art and everything was going a bit crazy, and suddenly it all
Wow, this voice changer really did him a lot of favors.
money,
I could
but
barely hear
it
his
never
real
was about
voice.
the money.
But
What is
Banksy
his
put
accent? I could barely put... Is he New Zealand?
way too much trust in Terry, and he didn't realize that Terry was never a filmmaker or a specialized photographer. He was just an
He was a
extremely
YouTuber.
disorganized guy with a camera.
All the tape that I filmed, even if it was good, it was going nowhere. It was going in a box somewhere. Sometimes I don't even write anything. Sometimes I write the year. Sometimes I write nothing. But I would never watch it. Never.
According to Banksy, it wasn't until he saw Terry's finished version of the film that he realized he got it all wrong. The original edit was like something made from a drug-fueled maniac for an art class they barely attended.
It was at that point I realised that maybe Terry wasn't actually a filmmaker, and
Who's Cobson?
he was maybe just someone with mental problems who happened to have a camera.
After watching, Banksy decided to take the project into his own hands and send Terry off to LA to
What a
make his
blue.
own street art. It was basically a clever way to distract him while Banksy finished editing the documentary on his own. However, Banksy didn't fully understand what he had just done. Terry sold his apparel shop, mortgaged his house, and sold everything he owned to make it big as a street artist under the name Mr. Brainwash.
Oh, Mr. Brainwash, not
though he
Mr.
had
Cartoon, sorry.
Never made a painting in his life.
Who's Mr. Cartoon?
The market and what they see barcode. They come to the thing, so they live with it. They brainwash.
Oh, apparently that's a tattoo artist. I don't know why I would have... I guess I just mixed up the names, but I guess that's a real person too. Shout out.
That's why I call myself Mr. Brainwash. It's because everything that I do.
How does your boss get freaking fired, dude? Did you fire him? Citizens firing! You're a bad boss! That's kind of awesome. Hope your next one's better.
Brainwash your face.
In an effort to make Banksy...
Okay, so Mr. Brainwash was the guy who was not painting soup cans, but something equally, you know, mundane. And people didn't see the vision, but maybe Banksy did.
Proud, Terry ended up doing the exact opposite by ripping off other artists' styles and
Oh no, he's a hack. Never mind.
slightly modifying them for the sake
I'm
of
pretty sure I haven't seen this movie since like 2016, though. It's pretty good, though. I
profit.
recommend
And
it.
without knowing Terry's true intentions, he used all of Banksy's connections to get himself rich. Shepard Fairey promoted a massive exhibition for Mr. Brainwash on his website, and Banksy even sent over members of his own team to help with the renovations. While Terry spent all of his time promoting the big event, his new team essentially did everything for him to host a crowd of more than 2,000 people. And when the event was over, he had raked in more than $1 million from people who had fallen for the same marketing Banksy had been preaching against for most of his career.
I don't know what it means, Terry's huge success and arrival in the art world. I mean, maybe Terry was a genius all along.
Maybe.
Maybe he got a bit lucky. Maybe it means art is a bit of a joke.
If Terry can pull it off, then amazing.
Listen, man, you fucking set him up for success. You're the GOAT. You're underselling the Banksy cosign, perhaps. Or, I mean, he's just kind of like setting this guy up and then being like, you guys fucking... This is why Banksy's like the ultimate snarker. He's like, you bought that shit again? He like, I tricked you again. I used a different guy.
But, you know...
Why do people like him?
I think the joke
Keeps putting egg on my face.
I know who the joke's on. really. I don't even know if there is a joke.
Banksy straight up hijacked a documentary about him to make it about the dude making the documentary. I love it. Exit Through the Gift Shop stands as one of the greatest art documentaries ever made. The decision to make Terry the focus was a stroke of genius, and it went on to receive 24 awards and 31 nominations as an independent film. Banksy celebrated the screening by painting The Cameraman and Flower, which essentially shows a cameraman killing a flower just to film its beauty. Banksy ended up parting—
deep. Get it, guys? Because he's like killing the flower, but he's like taking a picture, guys. It's like performative. It's like hashtag deep.
His ways with his agent, Steve Lazarides, and setting up a private company called the Pest Control Office. The more he attacked the market for exploiting pieces he felt should be free, the more people used it to turn him into something he wasn't. Lazarides addressed the change, saying, "I never effing wanted to be a gallerist. I never wanted to sell effing paintings. The only reason I did it was to promote a subculture that was being overlooked, and that's gone now. It's got to the stage where the gallery world is about nothing other than monetary value, and I just can't work on those terms anymore." Ultimately, it didn't matter if Banksy wanted to be famous or not. With his art being auctioned off for millions of dollars, he could either step aside and lose control, or become a rebellious part of the system he wanted to destroy. It also didn't help that more and more people were trying to figure out who Banksy really was. For years, he had unknowingly dropped clues that would help journalists get closer and closer to discovering his actual identity.
Oh,
One
no!
man named Simon Hattenstone gave a description of Banksy after allegedly finding him at a local pub. Banksy is white, 28, scruffy, casual, jeans, t-shirt, a silver tooth, silver chain, and silver earring. He looks like a cross between Jimmy Nail and Mike Skinner of the streets. He asks if he can nab a cigarette and order a pint of Guinness. There was also an old
Guys, I just found this picture of him online. They found him. There he is. Whoa! It's really not the same once you take the mask off, I guess.
From BBC, where Banksy allegedly shared his personal motives and even his name.
Are you happy for me to use your name? And The Independent has. Yeah. Is it Robert Banks? It's Robbie. Robbie. Okay.
It's actually okay.
You're not going to be at the opening of your own show tonight. Why?
Oh, I got something better to do. I think Ground Force is on the telly, right? You know, if you're a working graffiti writer, you're not really in a position where you can stand next to your work and smile and shake people by the hands, you know?
It's Robbie Banks!
Plus, I think it's more interesting for
I knew it!
people to try and...
This guy was very crafty. I knew he was faking the accent.
You know, if you never show up and people don't know who you are, then you're a character, aren't you, really? Like, and you can mean different things to different people. But, it's a shame because I'll have to pay for my own beer where I'm going tonight, you know?
However, because of all the mixed information, people still to this day don't know if he was creating decoys to trick the public or if he was hiding in plain sight. Despite never showing his face, by 2010, Banksy was a well-known celebrity around the world. Even The Simpsons spray-painted his name over a sign in an opening sequence. However, in 2013, he decided to take over New York City, where he became an enemy of the state.
Vows to bring mysterious art nuisance to heel. Bruh. Why?
The first piece he created was
You sound so evil for even writing such a thing.
On his new Instagram, showing two young boys working together to bring graffiti back to the streets. And after the first stencil, Banksy had basically turned the entire city into his own exhibition.
For the first time, we saw work in a really seamless fashion, where he would put out this cryptic message on his websites, which made like a treasure hunt, where you needed to go and find something in the part of the city you'd never
like a
been
geocache?
You would post something and then...
Bro, I showed up here to the Banksy flash mob and I started dancing.
Hashtag the Banksy phenomenon like trained us onto like how to find things via social media.
All right, who gives a shit?
Before Banksy caught the attention of law enforcement.
That artwork has now been covered over with metal shutters by the building's owner.
Wow.
Artwork or simply vandalism.
They were so afraid of breaking the law, they couldn't even just paint back over it. They're like, I can't do graffiti over the graffiti. I just have to build another wall.
Over with metal shutters by the building's owner. Artwork or simply vandalism. Banksy's work continues to divide opinions. And the New York Police Department is still trying to catch the elusive artist before he leaves the city.
But even with all the heat on Banksy during his 1-month tour in New York City, the police weren't fast enough to catch him in the act. He even set up a small stand on the streets run by an old man, selling his genuine prints for $60 a piece. It was meant to be a joke on himself to prove that people didn't actually care about the quality of his art. They only cared about the money it was potentially worth.
Of course, these have to be knockoffs since they're priced at $60. And Banksy's
Listen, that's not that cheap. I mean, come on.
Works go for upwards of $20,000 per stencil. Now imagine how much more interested these passerbys would be if they just took time to see that these are indeed original works.
This is not a photo opportunity. Listen.
From the artist
how much is that one?
Signed. One
I can't read.
With his phone number.
His endless efforts to hide from the authorities and protect his identity is something that seemed to inspire his later work. In 2014, he made another piece criticizing the surveillance state with a stencil called Spy Booth, with 3 men in trench coats listening around a modern phone booth in England. And by 2016, journalists were still hard-pressed on revealing who the man behind Banksy actually was. A student named Craig Williams raised the theory that Banksy was actually 3D from the band Massive Attack.
The show was amazing, although I was very drunk. But I thought to myself, holy, Massive Attack are from Bristol, Banksy's from Bristol.
Yeah, I don't know what this guy's on about.
Street artists, but rather a collective of artists around the world. But
I swear I seen him at the pub. I was off me rocker, but I knew it. That's Banksy in it.
Of the man behind the art does a serious disservice to his work, because all that does is distract people from the actual message he is trying to send with his art. And every time he makes something new, the rest of the world does a pretty great job at proving they don't love his message, they love money. In October of 2018, Banksy's iconic balloon girl was up for auction at Sotheby's Gallery in London. It was one of the most valuable pieces ever being sold, but buyers had no idea that Banksy had installed a shredder with the help of insiders to throw it back in the industry's face.
No sooner did the gavel come down to mark the sale of Banksy's girl with balloon.
Now you guys can share it and sell each shred for like $1,000 each.
A record
Look at the old Instagram app.
$1 million. Did the picture start to slip out of its frame into shreds below? The anonymous artist claims to be behind the stunt. On Instagram, he posted a photo of his prank with the caption, "Going, going, gone." In a later post, he
could just draw another one.
Did it. And it seems this stunt was years in the making. He claims he built the shredder into the painting's frame in case it ever sold at auction.
Unfortunately, the shredder's batteries died before the piece could be completely destroyed.
Unfortunately.
The incomplete shredding of the work ironically caused the price to explode to over $25 million.
Bro, this guy can't catch a break. I'm starting to feel bad for the B-man. He's just trying to not be an overhyped billionaire's favorite artist, but he just can't stop being cool.
He titled "Love is in the Bin." Critics, this is extraordinary. Banksy destroys painting. Critics, this is extraordinary. This goes to prove that the world of fine art is a joke and just a way of money laundering. That same year, Banksy created another piece called Season's Greetings. It was a visual trick using the corner of a brick wall where people walking by would see a young boy eating what appeared to be snow, only to move over and see that it was ashes coming from a dumpster fire. The whole piece was meant to bring attention to the local steel mill and its effect on the health of young children. But while it was meant for the town to appreciate, construction workers
not mill steel
really cut out the cinder block wall with just the painting on it and sold it to an art collector for 100,000 euros.
Oh my
God. May not
God.
reveal who he is, but he revealed who we are.
That's just thirsty, dude. Taking the wall and selling it, that is just improper. It's nothing sacred, dude. Shout out Patrick CC. This was an informative video about an artist and movie that I've seen a long time ago. How do you guys freaking feel about Banksy? Would you buy his art if you were super rich? Would you take the wall? Or take a selfie in front of it? Let me know. Thank you guys for freaking watching. Like the video, subscribe if you're new. Bye-bye. Love you. Bye-bye. I'm back. Dan is at 200 by minute 17. Oh my God, bro. This guy's tripping.
Good morning, everyone. Today, we are going to be counting each grain of rice that is in this container.
Whoa! Woo!
One by one.
Halfway through this video, I realized this would be impossible. So in this video, I will be counting to 1,000 and doing more if the demand is there.
There's
1,000 seems
bucket that is
not that many.
to the right of me, probably to your left. And every time that I count a grain of rice, I will throw it into the bucket, and you will hear a resounding doink.
Doink.
That signifies another grain has been counted.
So much
we've
demand.
got a lot of rice to get through, so let's get started. 1.
All right, let's see how many I can make it through before I get bored.
Good start. 2.
Holy shit! Get on with it.
3.
Okay, I'm locked in. I'm back in.
The bucket, but that's 3. 4.
I'm gonna fucking lose my mind, dude. Turn it off.
5.
21. You stupid.
Fuck.
7. Stuck to my finger there. 8. 355.
Why is he doing this to himself and me? And Austin.
356.
All right, well, we'll check back in on Dan later. We'll see how far he gets. We'll let him do his thing. What else is on the docket here?
Yes, this is another Ned Fulmer video.
Shut up, man. We're not there yet. Hey there, guy. How's it going there? Cheaters! We have an update regarding the GOAT, Ned Fulmer, the guy who just won't quit YouTube for some reason. He was a member of the Try Guys, and then he tried to start his own podcast about how, like, he talking to his wife that he cheated on with and, like, playing the victim. And then he made some, like, videos about, like, his health diagnosis or something. I don't remember what he had. MS or something. Microsoft. Not even sure what that is. Not to be disrespectful. However, he's been getting exposed yet again recently for being a bit of a, you know, a kinky freak. And people have been shaming him for it. Kind of not cool, if you ask me. Kind of not cool. Probably just reacting, but maybe a bit of gaming. We'll see, we'll see. This is Diesel Patches' new video about how Ned Fulmer's a freak. It's called You're a Freak. Let's see why he's such a freak.
Yes, this is another Ned Fulmer video. So expect that one fanboy lunatic to spam negative comments defending what little honor Ned has left.
Oh,
Anyways,
no.
The humiliation ritual continues for Mr. Wife Guy as he has been exposed once more. Who was responsible for exposing Ned this time? Was it the guy that accused Ned of threatening a minor? Was it his old company when Ned was revealed to have slept with his subordinate? Actually, the individual responsible for exposing Ned this time was
me.
Yeah.
Oh,
so apparently Ned.
It wasn't me. Yeah, apparently he's on like this dating app. It's like it's not Tinder, it's not Bumble, it's not Hinge, it's not Grindr even. It's like some kinky one for like $30 a month. You don't even have to put like your name or something, but people found his profile and then he was like, "Oh, snap, you guys found me. I guess I don't have to pay for anonymity anymore," like as if he was going to still use the app. I'm glad that he's living his truth. His name's really Edward. That's my middle name. Not cool, brother.
Is on a dating app now, and it's not for finding true love again. This dating
What up, Frightmare?
app is called Feel D, which, based on the research I've
How
done...
is this not a Nathan Fielder psyop, dude? With that kind of name? Fieldy? That seems like one of his crazy little projects. You guys know Nathan. This guy who does like all the stuff on his TV shows, like making the dumb Starbucks that had like dumb in the name so it couldn't be copyright infringement, as well as other things I can't right now remember. But his name's Nathan Fielder, so how could he not have made the Field app?
And this dating app is called Feel D, which, based on the research I've done, is more of a hookup app for people with very out there kinks and fetishes. I'm honestly
I might have to come out of retirement and make a review of this app. Let's try it out.
glad I discovered this app because, if you didn't know, I have a gassy big round belly fetish, and now I can enjoy it with people who won't judge me. Before I've just...
Alright guys, we will not be watching diesel patches on this channel anymore. I've recently acquired a big hate for this guy, and I don't like what I've heard here, and I don't like what I've seen here, and I'm disgusted and I'm upset. Alright, let's continue.
I've been hanging out in Discord calls, asking people to fart in the mic, but now I can actually get my bang for my buck. As I said, Ned posted a link to his dating...
Apparently somebody doxed my Field Co profile. Cool. This is a very loose use of the word doxed, because it's like... in the same sentence, you acknowledge that it's a public profile. Although it's not like public, but it's like anyone can fucking make an account on an app, bro. It's public. Cool. Saves me $30 a month. So he's not going to pay for the anonymity anymore. He's going to openly be into whatever his bio said here. Dom leading Switch, looking for a bratty sub, and he ain't talking Reddit. 5'10", ENFJ athletic. What does that mean? Like his astrology sign, something like that? It's one of those fucking tests I've never taken. I'll do it on stream, though, and admit everything to you guys. Currently sporting a beard. I'm single and I live alone. Weird flex. In a gorgeous house in Silver Lake. Maybe you'll be lucky enough to see it someday. Wow. With a bio like that, how could I not take my panties
to his dating kink profile
back to the store?
Someone supposedly leaked it. I, like most people, probably wouldn't have found out about this unless Ned himself hadn't posted his kink profile on his own Twitter account.
Well, it's probably part of the kink, don't you think? I think he's getting off on this. I think we're playing right into his hand, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Can't help myself.
In the foot there, but apparently the joke is still on us because Ned doesn't give a flying frick anymore. There's great power not giving a fuck. Wow, this guy's a badass. Do I wish...
I certainly hope when I'm 40 I'm not tweeting shitty, dumb stuff like that.
Kinky dating profile had not been leaked.
This, however, I can only hope that I come out this cool when I'm, you know, 40 plus.
Yes,
how old is this guy?
Am I grateful that I can now just be myself? Yes, absolutely.
I'm so glad I was outed, so now I can just be myself. What a cope, dude. What is this, Hannah Montana, bro? You tried to hide it. You tried your best and you failed, and now you're over it immediately, just like that. I feel like you're coping, maybe seething a bit.
Okay, well, you could have just been yourself in private. I think people who share their kinks publicly and love to...
And honestly, there wasn't even anything that bad. I mean, obviously, I'm biased because this Diesel Patches guy fucking repulsed me with his gassy fart fetish mention, but, like, he was joking, obviously, guys. No one who's really into that type of crass behavior would admit so. Nobody. Nobody. What were we saying? Oh, yeah, everything else, not that cringe. I guess looking for a bratty sub is a bit of a, you know, that's cringe no matter where you say it.
So are fucking weirdos.
Sounds weird.
Nobody needs to know that shit. So, please do not take this opportunity to show everyone your weird fetish. So,
true.
When I say Ned displayed his
changed
profile
name
for everyone to see, he shows off all the pictures that he's using to
38, huh?
In his bio. Apparently, somebody doxed my Field D profile. Cool. Saves me $29.99 a month. I truly give zero fucks, and I invite you to roast it. See, guys, I don't care.
He was paying the equivalent of 3 Netflix subscriptions to hide this from the public, so he definitely did care. He was financially invested. He did care.
Promise I don't care. I give zero fricks, guys. Ned also tagged someone named Bebe Rexha. I'm not entirely sure if this is some inside joke between him and Bebe, or maybe just a very...
Is this like a... It looks like a musician's profile, perhaps a reference to a song, Diesel. Let's use our minds.
Cringe and awkward attempt to hit on her, but either way, this looks extremely pathetic. You know what? I'm kind of under the impression Ned's fetish account wasn't leaked, and he did all of this as some sort of elaborate attempt to ask out this Bebe person. I'm sure she would love to associate herself with him.
A singer with 2 million followers? I feel like it's probably a reference to a song, man.
Follow me for more divorced dad unhinged energy, or whatever. Or unfollow me. I don't care. Hope this gives you a laugh. It's kind of strange because based on the language Ned uses, he wants everyone to believe he doesn't care how they feel about him. Remember, he's a badass who doesn't give a frick. Like, he embraces the hate. He knows people don't like him, and he wants to come off as unbothered by that.
It's true. This guy definitely does care. He is a YouTuber at the end of the day. That's not how you type. And the public opinion of him will definitely impact his career. So, I mean, you got to care about it to some extent. How I became a clown. This was the video about his diagnosis, I suppose.
Worse than just me. Like,
getting so scared. Wondering if I just wasn't gonna be able to walk again, or like what was gonna happen to me. And
I don't know why I clicked on this. I'm glad he's okay.
Really
Question mark.
Hospital. So they put steroids, like powerful IV steroids.
He's on gear, dude. He's gonna be so built.
That fact, but then Ned will
Searching for a bratty sub who can handle my roid race.
own the haters with posts like this. Someone made a kink dating profile just to find Ned on the app, and he responds with,
"Welp, you found me. Ha ha ha, I win."
Owned.
I don't understand the
Owned. The YouTuber didn't take the high road, dude. He's just because he has the fucking bajillion followers from the Try Guys doesn't mean he has to be nice.
Game. The guy
No, that's pretty cringe to just fucking post some random girl. It's only okay when they do it to you, buddy. You're the public figure.
Google to advertise his videos to obtain a substantial amount of views, so what is the point of him continuing his online career? Do you have a humiliation fetish?
I hate everything about my life right now.
I regret everything I've done.
Because that is the only reasonable conclusion I can
This
come
has
up
been a
with. This was
net
also
loss
kinda
watching
strange,
this.
But I guess Ned's posts are so rancid and smelly that even the official Wendy's Twitter account is telling him to fuck off. Wow. I might go eat there today now after seeing that.
I did eat there today, and, you know, I didn't even know about this. It just feels like the stars were aligned. Fate.
Well, hold on, Diesel. If this is a kink dating site, then what's Ned Fulmer into?
I'm glad you asked. Under Ned's little description box, he tells us what he is and what he's looking for. Dom leaning switch, looking for a bratty sub. I don't know.
This is very vanilla coded language. I don't even believe him. It's probably just like, please God, someone talk to me.
Okay, actually, I do know what dom means. It means dominant. So Ned likes to dominate in the bed sheets because he's alpha. Leaning switch means... I'm not entirely sure. A person who alternates between dominant and submissive roles.
Yeah, so he's saying, like, I'm barely dominant, but, like, a man is supposed to be. So he's saying, like, I meet the base requirements for love, ladies. Please, anyone, please talk to me. My wife is gone, and everyone hates me.
Has a preference or tendency towards one side. So using context clues, sub must mean submissive. So he's looking to be the dominant one in the relationship.
Let's see what an ENFJ personality type is. I'm not feeling lucky. Just search it for me, asshole. ENFJ, extroverted. Is that spelled wrong? I don't even know. Intuitive, feeling, judging. So he's not going to feel any type of way about us judging him, right? Because, you know, it says right here in your dating profile that you would do the same to me, man. Personalities, often the protagonists or teachers, are empathetic, charismatic, ideal leaders dedicated to helping others. How often do they cheat on their spouse and make a podcast about it? Though they can be self-sacrificing or over-manipulative, I suppose that would come into play during adultery.
Reduce the inflammation in my brain.
Inflamed mind?
Put me through this strange device that, like, sucked
Inflamed
all the blood
balls?
out of my body. Like, you have your red blood cells, which are your cells. You can't really replace them that easily. But then the plasma, the other stuff that's in your blood, there's, like, synthetic plasma. And the old stuff has a lot of antibodies, which are presumably attacking your own...
I think this guy's high out of his mind on roids. I can't understand a word he says. I wish him well.
While his partner is submissive, but what the hell is bratty? Someone who often challenges authority.
This guy doesn't know anything.
Out to receive attention or
you fucking put that furry fan art bullshit in your video, and you're claiming you don't know any of these sex words just because they're sex words, kind of.
Discipline, enjoying the
bratty is not always a sex
submitting.
word, I guess.
So Ned wants to be the one in charge in the bedroom and is looking for a partner.
He's looking for a piece of shit to disrespect him.
Will challenge his mighty dominance. I'm sorry, but it's going to be extremely difficult for Ned to find a submissive boy toy, considering he's already a little bitch. Your search for monkey...
I didn't even think that... Well, no, it said 38 straight, Diesel. This guy doesn't even do the bare minimum research, like looking at the picture he put in his own video.
Spanking will be a long one, I'm afraid. Anyways, Ned seems to be under the impression that...
Follow me for more divorce, dad, unhinged energy, or whatever. Or unfollow me. I don't care. Hope this gave you a laugh. He should have said, follow for more, team follow back. Holy fuck, what a pathetic tweet to post for any reason at the age of 38.
But if he rates his own photos and makes fun of himself, it'll stop people from doing the same thing towards him, which he could not be more wrong about, because today we'll be going through Ned Fulmer's dating kink profile and determine if he's got what it takes.
How much more is there?
Love once more. All right, let's start.
That's a good pick. He's like falling asleep on the airplane. It has like a rise filter from Instagram. It's like, you know, looks like it was taken in 2014 before the app was good. And he has a great head of hair.
Mask is fun. Great view. Was a photo shoot with Ariel for dating profiles at a school fundraiser, but nobody needs to know that.
I took this with my ex-wife. God, I miss her so much.
Out of 10. Very bold move to bring up your ex-wife's name in your little humiliation ritual for attention.
And bold to wear a mask on your public or dating profile. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Stay classy, Ned.
They want to
As for
see
the
your
picture,
face.
I'm getting eyes wide shut vibes, and that kind of creeps me out. Fidelio,
Haven't seen that.
More like Infidelio. I will say the fit is pretty decent. I think the tie is a little bit too skinny though, but the jacket and pants combo is clean. I'm also a big fan of that that not so subtle throw-in of, oh, I was at a school fundraiser. Aren't I just the greatest? I'm actually
I had just donated my Lamborghini to this guy, famous YouTuber Trifella.
Human being. How humble. Besides the mask, I think I can agree with this one being an 8 out of 10. I think Ned should keep it.
It's bad. Don't listen to this guy. Take the mask off.
This one's nuts and way too costumey from the Eras tour, but the beard was strong and whatever. I'm a single dad on a dating app, out here living my life. 2024 wedding ring is confusing, but hey, it's Feel Deco. Half of the people are poly. 4 out of...
What's going on here, man? He's acting like taking a new picture is an impossible ask. He's like, bro, just because your wife is you could get a tripod, man. You don't need someone to take the pic. You don't need to use the resources that are in the camera roll. You can start anew. You're a creator, after all.
10. Oh.
Post the picture of you crying in the parking lot as a meme.
Right.
For sympathy.
Dad. I wonder how his kids would feel knowing that their dad is on a kinky dating site with Dom leaning switch looking for a bratty sub in his bio. When you think about it, it is.
I don't think they'd understand.
Shitty. Ned just posts his weird kinky dating.
Also, if you already have a kid, don't you have, you know, like a brat who is under you authority-wise? So it's like obviously not the same thing, guys, to get your mind out of the gutter, but it's like, don't you have responsibilities?
Profile for everyone to see while knowing his kids might see it one day. I mean, yeah, sure, it was leaked before, but again, no one really knew about it until he posted it on his own profile.
Okay, anyway, it's not like a fucking sex tape, bro. It's just a dating profile. No one is ever going to see this, except for maybe, you know, all the news coverage that it got, the reaction videos, the snark videos, like, comment, subscribe if you're the next gen fielder. What's this guy's name? Fulmer, sorry.
See why. We have to admit the beard does look pretty good, but this outfit.
Your face is again not in the picture. This is like dating app 101, dumbass. They want to see what you look like. No mysterious tummy pics.
And Ned showing his ratty ass chest hair is disgusto obarfo. When would you ever wear this besides at a convention? I can smell you through the screen. This is not a 4 out of 10. I would lower this to a 2 out of 10. He's trying to look tough.
And it's black and white to retain even more, you know, privacy. Like, he's showing nothing here except the beard, basically, bro. Just give us a close-up if that's all you're proud of.
I think to embrace the dummy role.
Yeah, but we got the Chrome Hearts bracelet on, too, so make sure you peep that.
Doesn't land.
Ladies.
Love this one. I tried kite surfing in Greece this summer. Little goofy.
So Ned is short for Edward. I'm sorry that it took me 16 minutes and change to come to this conclusion. That is kind of surprising. Wouldn't it be short for Nedward?
It shows something extreme. 6 out of 10. Why is this a 6 out of 10 when you only had good things to say about it? Now, personally,
How is this extreme in any way, bro? What kind of board is this? It's not a boogie board. It's not a wakeboard. Not a surfboard. I don't know what kind of safe-ass, extreme, non-extreme sports you're doing in this, but you basically have knee pads on your chest and body and sunglasses. He's doing white face if you look closely. He's got the freaking lifeguard special. Fucking money shot to keep the UV rays from burning his forehead. This isn't a good picture, man.
Why is this a 6 out of 10? When
You should be in the water. What are you doing? You're not even at the beach. You're in the grass.
Say about it. Now, personally, I like extreme.
It looks like
men who live
AI.
on the wild side, but this image makes you look like a complete fucking tool. Put your tongue away. No one wants to see that. This hand gesture tells me you unironically say shaka bra when greeting women, and just thinking about that dries up the old puss down there. But I do wonder what some of the other women think about this photo. You are genuinely the corniest and least fuckable man on this planet. It's a big ouch, Ned. This is not a 6 out of 10. I'd probably send it down 2 spots. It's not as out there and weird as the open chest gigolo fit that he had in the last photo, but it is indeed very corny.
You should switch the gigolo fit for a juggalo fit and then get a bottle of Faygo and do the face paint all the way. Not like this half hack job right here, but go full ICP with it. I feel like that could be you know, a whole new angle for his swag. And he could also appeal to a whole different subculture who maybe doesn't care as much about adultery. Maybe they are poly, like he says, you know. I feels like when I look at videos of Gathering of the Juggalos, it kind of seems like anything goes at that festival. However, I am just guessing as an outsider.
Okay, Ned. All right. An actual normal picture where you're not dressed as a gimp or acting corny. Beautiful scenery, chilling in a hot tub, an adorable little smile. I don't know. Probably should delete this one. Why? This is the only good picture.
He literally said felt cute, might delete later. All right. I fucking can't stand this guy. Shout out Diesel Patches, dude, for taking, you know, some of the blow, softening the blow just a little bit, but also redirecting the blow back at himself. Kind of like a martyr of commentary, kind of like a commentary martyr. I'll link this full video in the description. Watch at your own risk. That's where the Ned Fulmer situation has left off, guys. If there's any freaking updates with our boy, I will be sure to update you. We are, you know, here to see the best for him during his trying time. Did you guys ever watch The Try Guys? I never touched the stuff. Thanks for watching. Love you. Like the video. Bye-bye. Had a bit of a brain fart at the end there, but that's okay. That's okay, guys. Happens to the best of us. Now let's see where Dan's left off.
We are making progress here. Look at that. 357.
Mm-hmm.
358.
Mm-hmm.
359.
Okay.
360.
Why is the car move? Oh, that scared me. It was the background.
361.
I thought his, like, fucking emergency brake came undone. I was worried that we wouldn't see the end of this.
362. 363. 300.
Oh, I lost count. Son of a bitch.
365.
He's really doing the Lord's work here.
366. 367.
67?
368. 360.
All right, well, we'll come back. We'll come back. See how that guy's doing in a bit. What's next on the agenda, boys? Let us see. Let us see. Let us see. Hey there, guy. How's it going there, gamers? Dude, why Plants vs. Zombies 3 failed, dude? Did it fail? Have they confirmed it's not coming back? I think they released this game 2 or 3 times already and then took it out of soft launch, and then it was gone for a while, came back in a different form. It was vertical, it was horizontal. People hated it. I don't remember why. This is a video by Musey. Let's see why. PVZ3 failed, dude.
Zombies. Possibly the most iconic tower defense game of all time that spawned a huge ongoing series. Oh, and then you've got Plants vs. Zombies 2, one of the most popular mobile games ever made. That's continued to receive updates for over a decade. What the hell is this? Sponsored by
It's the Nutter.
Plants vs. Zombies 3 is a game that some of you probably didn't even know existed. However, that would add up as it's been stuck in development hell for over 8 years and has been deleted from the App Store multiple times for sucking too much. But how did this even happen?
Basically,
how did one of the most revolutionary and well-known puzzle games go from win after win after win to flopping so hard? And what actually makes this game so bad?
Well, I'm going to have to assume, and I don't want to, spoil anything, but I'm going to assume, guys, that it's corporate greed. They're trying to figure out the monetization strategy that pleases them, not us. But that's just a game theory. Let's freaking see my PvZ3 coverage over the years. So this was 2 years ago, probably one of the more recent iterations of the game. It's all horizontal and normal. Doing something. I don't know if it's necessarily doing it for me, but it looks basically like PvZ, but with a fresh coat of paint.
I didn't really see you coming up there.
But if you look at the older ones,
guys, I hate to be this guy. Period. I just don't like myself that much. Haha. That's the joke.
This guy's depressed. Oh, we got him, boys. We got him, boys. What a freaking pro gamer. We got him, boys. I don't know why this is even in the video. This is my buddy Brad. Renouncing the Lord. Not cool.
Hey there, guy. How's it going there? Handsome? My name is Lonniedos. Welcome back to another freaking video.
Yeah, what up, Jacob? How goes? How goes? But yeah, this is how the game used to look. It looks way different. Freaking vertical format, freaking tiles and shit. Kind of strange to look at. This was
durable.
5 years ago.
Because
So they've been working out the kinks on this game for a goddamn long time. And currently, I think it's not even soft launched anymore, but I could be wrong because I am a retired mobile gamesman.
In the first place? Well, Musy is here to revisit the Plants vs. Zombies series in a pathetic attempt to regain his relevance. Subscribe for more! The 3 most important world events in history. The moon landing, World War II, and Plants vs. Zombies was released on May 5th, 2009. You protect
I remember
your house
it
from
all.
zombies via veg, it's got tons of levels, it's insanely addicting, yada yada, you know this already. This, at the time, was one of the most popular games in the world, largely due to its mobile port, which sent the series' popularity to Pluto, the dwarf planet. 4 years later,
not
they
even a
burst
planet
back
no
onto
more.
the scene with Plants vs. Zombies 2, which was essentially a direct upgrade to the original. More levels, more plants, more minigames.
Vampire Crawlers, April 21st? Hell yeah, dude. I'm excited.
More microtransactions.
You played Slay the Spire 2, though?
But microtransactions make game bad.
True.
And while this game was criticised for its freemium model, I'd say it paid off as PvZ2 became even more popular than the original, gaining over 200 million downloads. According to my calculation,
It helps that PvZ2 had like endless content that is probably still being produced by some AI database somewhere till this day, whereas the first game has a limited number of chapters and has only had, you know, bad updates over the years, adding more shit to buy probably, if anything.
That's a lot. After this huge success, they went on to release spin-off titles such as the Garden Warfare series, the series that pays my rent. And these games also did really well.
I tried this once, it was hella fun, although I was very confused by everything.
However, something dark, sick and twisted was on the horizon. A mediocre video game. In 2016, PopCap began developing Plants vs. Zombies 3, with some early concept art being posted online. There isn't much info out there about the early development of the game. However, it was announced during a China licensing expo that the game was planned to release in late 2017. Unsurprisingly, that didn't end up being the case, and for the next couple of years, PopCap were basically silent about what they had planned for the series. The public had no idea they were working on both Poo Poo and Caca. However, that all changed on July 16th, 2019, when Plants vs. Zombies 3 was officially announced and a pre-alpha test was initiated for limited users. Ew! When people got access to this pre-alpha, there was immediate disappointment, as this game
Dude, this guy didn't look disappointed. What are you talking about? Are you trying to tell me that my goat was washed?
I f***ing killed you, idiot. Got him. Jesus, Grandma, you're so spry, but not spry enough. Heck yeah, okay, easy. This game's easy. It's taco time. What do we want to taco about here? Should we go...
All right, I guess I wasn't really talking bad about the game. But I was having fun.
Looked so weird.
No, I didn't try the demo.
Cartoonish,
Is it epic?
stylized art style, which was one of the main things the series was known for. And instead the game had a new 3D but still 2D overly smooth corporate ad look to it. What did they do to the pea shooter? Where's his whimsy?
He does look a little ugly. I think I freaking Plants vs. Zombies. This guy. It's because this guy's not on the project no more. This is the guy who did all the original PVZ art, I believe. Rich Werner, original artist for Plants vs. Zombies. And some other stuff. I've seen some of his tweets talking about, like, if PopCap wants some good non-AI shit art for their new game, they should just hire me, bro. I don't know if they're not, like, willing to pay him enough, or if they just don't think it's worth it or something, but it probably is, because... you know, people are talking shit about your ugly-ass Tim Burton-ified pea shooters.
Also, you may notice that this video seems to have taken Ozempic and is a bit thinner than usual. And that's because, for some disturbed reason, this game was exclusively stuck in portrait mode. Now, I know it's a mobile game. I can understand the decision behind making it vertical only.
Well, then what the fuck are you asking?
How are you going to squeeze this horizontal lawn onto a vertical screen? This looks so...
It does seem like there's a lot of unused space, which is kind of annoying me. I don't think it annoyed me at the time, but you know, freaking time flies, dude, and now it is. I'm pissed.
I really don't understand why there wasn't at least an option to play both vertically and horizontally.
Was that the remake of the first one? I did hear that that one left a little to be desired, and I think they also didn't use Rich Werner's art for that one. Maybe that's where I heard about it.
But
actually, yeah, I think Terror made a video about it. Shout out Terror.
I really don't think
that's where I
would have
heard
been hard. Gameplay-wise, it was still just Plants vs. Zombies. But it felt like everything that made the game good and interesting was just not there. There were significantly less plants, even less zombie variety, no mini-games,
why are they
no
so ugly?
Playable levels, no endless mode, no multiplayer, and no sunflowers. Sunflowers! You know, the thing that made the original games interesting. Not there. You just got one sun every 3 seconds, because who needs strategy? Well, Musi was slightly
Listen,
longer
they were
hair.
trying to streamline the process, perhaps a swing and a miss, dude. They didn't realize you guys loved cluttering your lawn with sunflower productors.
If you want strategy, then why not try out today's sponsor, War Thunder?
I don't think I will, but thank you for the offer. I don't like war, or when it rains.
Why? I'm sure it costs money to release a game worldwide, okay.
No, they put it in select regions so that they can test the monetization and see if everything works before releasing it worldwide, but in this case, they just deleted it both times. So I don't know what was so wrong with it, but I guess maybe the Filipinos took money back from them somehow, and they were like, oh god, we gotta delete this. This is cutting into our profits.
But you do want people to play your game, right? Like, does the Plants vs. Zombies team think the entire fanbase is located in Ireland and Romania? I don't understand this decision. This is just purely limiting the amount of people that can play.
It's called a soft launch, man.
Your game, is it not? It's almost as if they knew the game was mediocre and didn't want the world to see it. The game received
No, they just had maybe a sneaking suspicion and they wanted only a small amount of people to see it. Yes.
Updates notably
He's
to
half
the
right.
stupid sun mechanic, making it slightly better, adding a larger variety of
PVZ Fusion? What is that?
Plants and zombies, and developing creative ways
I
of
could be
stealing
down.
money. This game was not well received at all, despite the pretty huge...
I hate how smoothed out everything looks, dude. The original artwork is so distinct, with like the thick lines and like the freaking... how gross everything looks and weird, but this is like NFT-ified. It's unfortunate.
That seemed to have gone into it. PopCap were
Where are the
obviously
outlines?
Trying. This doesn't look lazily made in the slightest. It's just the decisions that were made that don't make any sense. This wasn't Plants vs. Zombies 3. This was Plants vs. Zombies 0.5. But maybe if they put enough work into this game, fixed many of the issues people had with it, and didn't give up on it, this game could become a true next generation PvZ game. They gave up on it. Not even a year.
What up, Dan? I'm making an official mobile game called Crazy Skating Scholars. I hope you play it next year because you're releasing it in January of 2027. Hell yeah, dude. I'll look out for it. Shout out, Dan.
Plants vs. Zombies 3 was binned. Not just downtime, they didn't just make it temporarily unavailable, they deleted it. All that work gone into it? Bye-bye. I guess in their eyes, the game was just unsavable, and the only possible way of creating a great experience was starting from scratch.
Well, they probably need to make projections that it's going to make more money than the previous iterations, otherwise it's just going to take people away from the old games that they're milking to death. Probably mostly the second one.
Is it worth it?
I'm just guessing, but that's like typically how these things work, right? I would assume. When you have multiple live service games of the same franchise.
September 7th, 2021.
21?
You stupid.
10 months after the game was shut down, Plants vs. Zombies 3 was completely remade from the ground up and relaunched into beta. And okay, this immediately looked so much better. First things first,
it's got outlines.
Crazy Dave above, they got rid of the putrid 3D art style and returned to the classic cartoony design. It was, however, still technically...
I guess it was 3D, huh? I didn't even really register that because it's still so 2.5D, but like, yeah, I guess that's why they didn't have outlines. That does make artistic sense. Okay, I see you. However, still gross.
3D and was just stylized to look more like the 2D models. And I've seen a lot of people complain about this, and honestly, I think this is completely fine. I understand the original fully 2D designs had more charm to them, but from a development standpoint, it makes infinitely more sense to make them 3D. And what, you're gonna tell me this is better? What do you mean, yes? But gameplay-wise, while it did feel more...
Oh, it's a Chinese game, gotcha. Appreciate it. I'll check that out.
Regular Sunfire mechanic, thank God. This game was even more bare bones than the previous build. And while I get it, it makes sense as they had to start pretty much from scratch. It means that one of the biggest criticisms, that being the lack of content, was not only not fixed, but even worse. Less plants, less zombies. You can't pick the plants you use.
Less verses.
There were no game modes, that's right, none. It was available in an impressive 2 countries, and they introduced, quite possibly, the stupidest feature in Plants vs. Zombies history. Lives. So you know how when you play a game,
let's
you like
go.
to be able to, you know,
energy mechanic. Let's fucking go, boys.
Play it. Well, not anymore. You start off with 5 lives, and if you lost them all...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I actually stopped playing this game. Not this game, but like the later iteration. Like, I would have to stop playing because I ran out of lives.
Guys, I have some very
R.I.P. the mannequin, dude.
Unfortunate news.
I'm Cotton Swab Joe! Did I say unfortunate? I meant great. You'll have to forgive me, I can't see my brain. iPad game now.
This guy's awesome. What the hell is he on about? Let's see if I ran out of lives.
Because that level was beating me. Prove your brain is small. The pigeons. That was scary.
Oh no, I'm a winner. Never mind.
I didn't accomplish much in this video, but at the same time, I feel like I accomplished all I needed to. I had to beat that level because that level was beating me.
True. Okay, never mind. I didn't struggle at all. I'm the best gamer.
You had to stop playing.
I'm Cotton Swab Joe!
Would not let you continue until you generated more lives. But don't worry, there is a way you can speed this process up. This is pathetic and nothing more than...
Well, you actually couldn't, because if you're not from the Philippines, you can't use your American money in the Philippines, so it's like... not as bad as it sounds, but also not good at all.
Or EA or whoever trying to get money
Tyler,
out
why
of
you do
people,
that?
said people most likely being children. Instead of focusing on making this game an enjoyable installment in the PvZ series, the developers were simply luring people in with the IP in a sad attempt to drain their bank accounts. The game itself did feel a bit more like the game people know and love, but the model surrounding it felt like every other mobile game. And once again, similarly to the previous release, fans were not happy with it.
Not happy?
Who can blame them? Why entirely scrap the previous version if you're just going to do the same thing again with slightly different things wrong this time? This beta phase lasted about 2 weeks, so it really was a short test. And PopCap decided that the best way of communicating with the community was to be completely silent and drop random betas that barely anyone could access. There was another 2-week beta 7 months later, and then another
I mean,
one.
clearly they didn't know what they were doing, and that's why they were soft launching it. So, I mean, that is not necessarily the best criticism, but it, you know, go off, King.
6 months after that. But in fairness, they each brought decently large updates, focused on adding new plants, smoothing out rough edges, and fleshing out the story mode. Now,
it's
the
EA,
previous entries
so
in the
fuck 'em.
PvZ series didn't have much of a story other than Crazy Dave occasionally going hubba hubba hubba. However, things were different with this
Good
game,
times.
as there was now much more stuff to do outside of the battles, like upgrading buildings, doing tasks,
I hated
and
that.
talking to Dave. Wait, hang on, why isn't he crazy? Who wants to talk to regular Dave? Bog standard Dave.
Finally, SSRI'd out Dave. He's
And as
fixed.
cool
We
as I'm
cured
sure
him.
this
He's
is
no
for the
longer
people who care
crazy.
about the ongoing Plants
I'm
vs.
happy for
Zombies
him.
lore, to the average person, this is just something you had to get past in order to keep playing. Like, I'm sorry, most people just don't care about doing stuff like this. You didn't have to spend 5 minutes.
I did hate the house building shit. It was nothing. It was dumb.
Cleaning up before you could continue playing in Plants vs. Zombies 1, because it wasn't designed like every other mobile game out there. Something this entry.
I don't even
was
think you got to do like much customization. It was just like click here and then you get part of your house and it's just in the game. Why are we doing this? I don't know.
miserably failing at. Why
The
were
illusion of
PopCap
progress?
so insistent on making a game that looked like PvZ, but wasn't? They were putting more time and effort into the garbage meant to keep your attention and yoink your hard-earned money than the bits where you verse the zombies as plants. That is the name of the game. All these lackluster updates that addressed barely any of the issues people had with the game was so disappointing for the long-time fans of this series. And after the last short beta phase, they were left with nothing for over 14 months. All news about this game just stopped, and the people who'd supported these developers for years were once again left in the dark. But that was all about to change.
Turn the light
As on
on.
one cold January morning, our forsaken lands were blessed with the warmth and grace of something with such beauty, it made the sun shed a tear, and that was Plants vs. Zombies 3. Welcome to Zomburbia. It's the same thing! January 7th, 2024 brought the launch of PvZ3 with a fancy new
Finally!
subtitle, and that was all that was new. Thanks for watching. You'd expect for a full-on launch of the game, not just some beta, that it'd feel, you know, done. But it was essentially no different to the betas. None of the real problems with the game had been addressed at all. It just looked identical, and if you don't believe me, I've been showing beta footage for the last 2 sentences. Once again, the people that loved this series the most were given a plate full of nothing in what was supposed to be an exciting release. And if that wasn't enough, it still wasn't available worldwide.
Hey man, at least they got 3 countries this time. Slow and steady wins the race, guys. I don't think this game ever coming out.
Not wrap my head around what they were thinking. How are you going to mistreat this absolutely massive series to this extent? Sure, games like Battle for Neighborville did flop, but at least it's still a somewhat decent game that doesn't stop you from playing if you lose too much. And what
The second game is still live and operating, so I mean, there's really no incentive to make another one unless it outperforms it, which is probably like impossible because there's nothing to add that won't take away.
Now inadvertently caused
It's
by
like
this
Sisyphus with the
is
rock.
that nobody cares anymore. The average person doesn't even know this game exists because it's so heavily region locked for no reason, and the die-hard fans couldn't care less because they know nothing good will ever come of this game, even after they updated it to let you choose which
I
plants
feel like what they should just do is make Plants vs. Zombies Heroes 2. That was like a good idea that was like different enough to not piss people off, but also kept the series fresh and going, and freaking, I remember having mild amounts of fun with it. I don't really remember it that well, but it was like kind of like Hearthstone / Clash Royale type beat. Anyways, I'll freaking leave it there. Shout out to Miza. Good video, good video. Did you guys ever have the pleasure or displeasure of playing PvZ3 in any of its iterations? Let me freaking know your thoughts on that in the comments. And are you still a Plants vs. Zombies hoper? Maybe it'll come out this year. Who knows, boys? Maybe this is the year. Thank you guys for freaking watching. Like the video, subscribe. I love you. Bye-bye. Excellent, excellent. Now let's check in on Daniel and see what he's up to.
370. 371.
He's getting there.
372.
He's getting there.
373. 374. 727. 720.
Oh yeah, he's losing it.
729.
Meanwhile, at the PopCap offices,
731. 732. 733. 734. 735.
he's counting his dividends.
736. 737. 738.
Yeah, we'll just leave him to that. We'll check in next time on the next stream, boys, because I am going to freaking head out. Thank you for freaking hanging out with me tonight. I'll probably stream again tomorrow. Fingers crossed, we'll freaking see. But thank you for watching, boys. Have a good night. Appreciate you, Jacob. Appreciate you, Dan. Appreciate you, Austin. Appreciate you, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye-bye. Love you. Bye-bye.